What's up, everybody? Guys, gals, everybody, welcome to Wham Fishing. Guys, we are out here in our big water thanks to Old Town. Guys, love you guys. If y'all haven't checked out Old Town Kayaks, check them out. As we are out here on Sharon Harris, there's our trusty nuclear power plant. So today, obviously it is super windy, it is super cloudy, it's supposed to rain, thunderstorms, kind of be all nasty. You know, this is Memorial Day weekend for me. Kind of having like a mini hurricane coming through here, so cold front, water temperature dropped like 8 degrees. It's been raining all weekend. I was the only person at the boat ramp. Got one boat putting in back there. I was the only person at the boat ramp whenever I got here. So it is a miserable day, but I am not going to stay in the house. The big water has got me out here. It's rough. Big water doesn't care what it's made for. The battleship is made for it. So I'm out here. There is a tournament next weekend. The native watercraft, native watercraft, no limit, big bash out here. Well, it's actually across 28 lakes, I think 28 or 23 lakes, all across North Carolina, South Carolina. You can fish any of those lakes that are on the list. And most inches over the entire day wins. That's the big prize. You win a cool trophy, you win a kayak, you win a couple $1,000. And then they do hourly big bass. You know, you catch a big bass for the hour, you get, you know, $1,000 or $500 based on how many people signed up. I'm going for the big one. I want all the potatoes. I'm going for the no limit. So I'm gonna have to come out here. I'm gonna have to catch fish after fish after fish after fish after fish after fish. Luckily, it's summertime and the fish are starting to school up. So I was out here about a week ago. It was a little bit warmer. Water temperature was like 73, 74. It got up to 76 by the end of the day. Now it's 66. But I came out here about a week ago and I caught fish. They were all like 15, 16 inches. So not giants, but I mean, if you can sit there and catch them one after another, after another, after another all day, you got a pretty good shot at taking home the thing. So it's the most fish all day, 8 hours. I think it's 8 hours. Whoever catches the most fish, longest inches. So it's going to be kind of chaos of catching the fish, throw them on the board, take a picture, submit the picture, throw the fish back, cast out there, catch another fish, throw them on the board, take a picture, submit the picture, and repeat. Lather, rinse, repeat throughout the entire day. So I am out here kind of scouting, checking a couple spots these fish like to school up at, and seeing if I can find 1 or 2 or 3 spots that I can sit there and catch fish after fish after fish after fish after fish. Make sure these fish are still going to stay here, because this time of year, water's starting to get hot. Thermocline is starting to set up. Thermocline is cooler water, sinks to the very bottom, but that cooler water doesn't have oxygen in it. And then the warmer water that does have oxygen kind of sets up at the top, and you'll see a pretty clear delineation of where that is. And those fish will sit there and hug that cool water. They can't go into the cool water because there's no oxygen. They'll suffocate, but they'll sit there and hug it. So if it sets up at like, thermocline sets up like 15 feet, those fish are gonna be sitting like 14.5 feet on structure and stuff like that. So they're gonna be starting to school up offshore. So I found that last week. The wind has kind of churned up my thermocline. It's kind of made it a mess. So hopefully it sets up in the next couple days. But out here checking around, I'm gonna be scanning a lot of points, stuff like that, looking for these fish, seeing if I can find stuff that looks good. And obviously I'm gonna catch 1 or 2. All right, you gotta catch a couple. I can't sit there and drive over 20 fish and not make a cast. I don't know if any of us has that kind of self-control, especially on a day like this where you're just out here to have fun. So we're gonna poke around, see what we can find. I got the whole lake to myself today. That's pretty fantastic. Talking about the Memorial Day weekend, imagine having the whole lake to yourself. That's kind of a little crazy. So we will see. I'm almost over here to my first spot. I'm going to scan across it, mark some fish, try and drive away from it and not cast the fish, but I'm going to end up casting them anyway. So I'll see if I can catch some fish for you guys today. All right. Whew. It's a little rough. It's a little rough out here. It's made for it. It's made for it. I'd say. 1, 2 foot, stuff like that. The only way I get wet, I get really soaked in this thing, is if you would get soaked in any kayak or boat for that matter. So, all right guys, let's see if we can look around, see if we can find some fish. I know it's super windy guys, but I just went across a point and those are all bass. I actually went over the school of them. It was kind of hard to tell. I actually went over the school of them. I mean, it's just hundreds and hundreds of fish out here. They're just all over the place, so that's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. That's what I need, because all I gotta do is drop an anchor and I can sit here all day and catch them. And that's what it's gonna take. I don't need to catch giants. I just need to sit here and catch fish after fish after fish after fish. I think it'll be good. I mean, it's the middle of a cold front and I just found a giant school of them, so hopefully these fish are still gonna be here next week. So I'm gonna set up, try and make a couple casts on them. I know it's super windy. I know I'm probably gonna blow y'all's eardrums out with the wind. Hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully the rain doesn't get all on the lens and everything, but that's a lot of fish. That's a lot of fish. So I have to cast at them, so I'm gonna make 1 or 2 casts. I mean, just your traditional summertime stuff. I got a hair jig tied on. I got a big worm. I got a gigantic swim bait, and desperate times call for desperate measures. I got the old shake. I might start with a shake. I haven't thrown it in a little while, so I'll break out the old shake, little shaky head, and throw that across there. And I know it's insanely windy. It's not ideal time for finesse tactics, but still fun. All right, let's catch a couple of them. Oh yes, all right. So there's the fish, there's the school. If I can get it into the school, catch them. All right, they're not terrible fish either. Oh, 15 inchers. Oh, little 15 inchers. If I can just, look at this, like something grabbed him. The scales are all wonky. Oh. If I can line up on one of these schools and sit here and just cast and cast and cast, I think I'll be pretty good. Plus it's gonna be a little bit warmer, a little less wind. It's gonna be easier to set up, and there's gonna be more fish. So it's gonna be fantastic. There's our school right over that way. You throw that out. It's just there's a giant school of fish right over there. You can see them. They're not giants, but they're there. Come on. Be a big one of these times. Oh. And the old shake. Old shake and shake fish. Old shake and bake fish. See them all. They're all right there. Can seize them all. Just making sure to line up with them. Whenever you catch one, they all kind of come up off the bottom, start cruising around a little bit. Far away. drifted away from the school of them a little bit. And I mean, so they're not giants, but they're not giants. But if I can sit here and catch 20 of these things, 20 or 30 of these, sit there and catch 20, 15 inches, I'll have 300 inches. I won't be doing too bad. If I can catch 30 of them, might put a scare into them. What do we got? Felt like a white bass. Definitely not. What in the world? That's how we're gonna need to catch them. That's how we're gonna need to catch them next week. Wait a minute. Well, half of how we're supposed to catch them next week. I mean, if it was 2 bass, that's how we're gonna need to be catching them next week. 2 at a time. All right, little 14, 15 incher, and then that guy. Like, kind of felt like a catfish or something like that. Because it felt weird. This is the little blade bait. Kind of my secret. You know, schooling fish bait. There's a big school of fish out here, and they're eating these little shad. It casts a mile, gets down to the bottom really quick. It covers a lot of water really quickly too. I mean, it's just like a silent rattle trap. And it's got treble hooks on it. Which means if something bites it, I'm probably gonna catch it. I might only leave one. I don't know. I might feel like I kind of want to take one of those treble hooks off just so I'm not getting white bass in my hand. Another one. That's the only problem with it though, is it catches everything. It catches everything. White bass, crappie, catfish, bass. That's a giant white perch. That's a giant white perch. And next week I'm going to need to not catch these. I'm going to need to catch only largemouth. But those of y'all out there that like catching everything that swims, it's a very, 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 very good bait to do it with. Alright, let's pick a point that I don't fish. It's not very many. Alright. So let's check out. It's one of the points that I don't fish too often here. So we've got this point right here. We've got actually two points. But even though this is the high spot, there's brush piles right there. Even though this is the high spot, those fish might sit, you know, over here where it gets a little bit, where the contour lines drop off a little bit more. They might duck into this. Like right now with the cold front, these fish will probably be, if I go over here, these fish are probably sitting in that little depression right there, or this little depression right there. They're not sitting up on top, dead center of this point. They'll move off of it. Like if I go over here, I bet you right now I could go probably find some fish in that little cut right there. These fish aren't going to sit, you know, right up on top of the point, especially right now. It's not the greatest conditions. They're going to slide off, a little bit warmer water, a little bit more stable conditions, and just kind of chill out there. So if you've always got to be looking around for where the fish are going to. So what else have we got? Got another little point out there. Yeah, it's not the greatest. These fish will probably be, you know, if I could probably go to whatever this is, I don't know if it's a brush pile or whatever, and these fish aren't going to be on this point, but they'll be off to the sides of it. What else? You know, right here, these fish aren't going to sit on this right here, especially at this time of, you know, with the weather conditions. So this is a sharp drop right on this side. This fish can be sitting right on that, so they can get down to that little bit warmer water. Plus the wind is actually blowing this direction, so they're getting the balls of shad that are coming across the top of it. So might actually head down to that one. Right now. Might actually head down over there. It's only a mile and a half away. Only a mile and a half away. Plus a 20-mile-an-hour tailwind will get me there pretty quickly. Well, there's a couple other places. I kind of want to check out the whole lake, just kind of give everything a once over, just so, you know. I've got the day before the tournament off as well, so I'll come out here and kind of scan around and check out everything. But I don't want to be running around the entire lake that day. I'll go scan around, check everything out today while I just got the free time. So let's head on down there and see if there's some fish. So we got another spot right here, big school of fish right off to that side. I went by them a minute ago. There you go. Let's throw this thing up. So big school of fish right there. You can see it drops down. So the point is here. There's a high spot here. There's a high spot here. This is a low spot. I know it's kind of hard to see, but big school of fish just sitting right in that little dip. And you know, I've seen people fishing over here. There's that school of fish again. I've seen people fishing over here. They were fishing over here before I got over here, and they were all out there, out on the end of the point, trying to catch these fish. But especially when there's adverse weather conditions right now, like I got some more rain coming in. I got a lot of rain coming in. Adverse weather conditions. It's warm out, but we're still having a cold front, so cold fronts still affect the fish in the summertime. I always say warm fronts in the wintertime affect the fish as well. It makes them spread out and do all kinds of crazy stuff. But just because it's warm doesn't mean the fish are all the way out where they're going to spend their summertime. We're going to spend their time in the summertime. You gotta check more than just the end of the point. Scan all over the place. Just drive circles, mow the grass, do whatever you gotta do. Just check all over the place. So I might throw the camera on for a little bit. There's a good chunk of rain coming this way, but I'll see if I can catch some fish here. It is exceptionally windy still. It was supposed to calm down. Weatherman lying to me again. It's supposed to calm down in the afternoon. I heard it's supposed to kind of taper off this afternoon. It's still blowing like 15, 20, so it is what it is. We're here for it. We got the boat for it. We got the Old Town Big Water. So we'll make a couple casts, see if I can catch a couple fish. That looked like a giant school. I don't know if it was a giant school of white perch or a giant school of bass, because I kind of went by it really quickly. I was going like 6 miles an hour with the wind going this way. So let's what do you think? Shake and shake or hair jig? I might throw the hair jig. Hair jig kind of weeds out the white perch. All right, let's get back up to it. Starting to think there was just white perch out there because I was getting knocked and knocked and knocked and knocked and knocked and knocked and nothing was eating it. But there'd be a bass fish. Where'd he go? Where's he going? Too much line out. Hey, there we go. You know, just getting knocked and knocked and knocked and knocked and knocked. It was never even hitting the bottom. It was just going thump, thump, thump. All right, we have another school. Look at the color, look at that spot on them. We got another school of fish we can sit here and catch Saturday. I think this one will be a good one on Saturday because nobody fishes it. Nobody fishes this far in. Everybody fishes out there on the end. If I catch one or two more, I might just roll on because I don't want to. There's guys in boats and they're driving right up to me and marking spots. So I don't want to end up burning this spot. Somebody doing that to me again. But man, there's a lot of fish right here. There he is. Yep. This is how I need to catch them on Saturday. Just one after another after another. Oh gosh, maybe not like that. Maybe not like that, but there he is. Okay. Yeah, buddy. As long as the boat doesn't roll up on me, I might catch 6 or 7 off of this. Because these are good fish. These are good fish. Heck yeah. We're also going to be bringing a net on Saturday. Also going to be bringing a net, so I don't have to deal with flipping them, but that's 3 for 3 casts. 3 for 3 casts. See if I can make it 4. Man, I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave these fish. I don't think that cast was quite where it needed to be. I think it needed to be a little bit more to the right. Oh, didn't matter. Didn't matter. All right. 4 for 4. These aren't small fish. These are much better fish than what I was catching on the other spot. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. 4 for 4. That one would definitely help. That's a good 17, 18 incher. I think 5 for 5. Can we go 5 for 5? Is the Hardee's 5 for 5? I think we can. I think this spot is loaded. This spot has got some fish. Oh, one hit it. There he is. 5 for 5. Oh, and he threw it. That was another good one. Oh. Man. Six for 6. Oh, and he threw it too. All right. I'm putting it down. I'm putting it down. I'm putting it down. I'm not casting that out there anymore. 6 for 6 is pretty freaking fantastic. So you know what we're gonna do? Shazam! Oh my gosh. I've lost every fish that has hit this thing. What am I doing wrong? Alright, so I went down and checked out a couple other spots. All the way down there, all the way down in the dark, where it looks like it's going to be raining soon. About 1.5 miles, 2 miles that way. There's a couple fish down there, nothing big. So back to our couple main spots. I'm going to catch 1 or 2 more. I'm going to try out some different lures, stuff like that, some different scrounger head, stuff like that, just to kind of get the feel of them. Because I do have to go to Chickamauga here in a couple weeks, so I'm going to be fishing that kind of stuff. So I'll make a couple casts here, see if I can catch a couple more fish. I gave those time fish, see if they would all group back together. And then I think I have my stuff for the weekend. I'm going to hit these 3 or 4 schools that I found, and hopefully they're all there. And if I can do what I did just a little while ago and catch, 10 fish in 45 minutes, and then go to the next school and catch 10 fish in 45 minutes, and then go to the next school and catch 10 fish in 45 minutes, we'll be golden. We'll be good. Probably not going to be catching the big fish, probably not going to be winning the hourly big bass or anything, but hourly big bass is just kind of a side bonus. We want the no limit. We want the full shebang. So let's make a couple casts, see if I can catch some fish. There he is. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Oh, he's actually pulling drag. Look at all the fish next to me. Goodness gracious. A lot of them are white bass, but there's like a couple bass mixed in there. That's probably one of the bigger ones of the day. Yeah. How am I supposed to grab you like that? How am I supposed to grab you like that? Man. Flutter spoon, hair jig. Doesn't matter too much. Right here at the boat. Oh gosh. Right at the boat. Man, I really wish I had my Meg alive, because there's fish everywhere. But I left it in the truck because it was super windy out. There we go. On the old fluttering spoon. Feels like a decent one. On the old fluttering spoon. I always start with the small one this time of year. I always start with like a little 4-inch. Don't want to go straight to the Magnum 9-inch spoons. Right off the bat. Bait fish are a little on the smaller side. What in the world? There's fish breaking behind me. Yeah, I don't want to go straight to the gigantic spoons this early in the year. Beep. Bleep, bleep, bleep. Woo. Oh, we are heading in for the day so far. Nope. All right, so we're gonna be heading in for the day now. Overall, I think I found some fish. I think I found a couple fish. So I'm gonna come out here next. I'm gonna come out here on Friday. This coming Friday. The tournament's on Saturday. I'm gonna come out here on Friday, scan around, make sure these, you know, kind of peg down where these schools of fish are actually sitting, because they do. Obviously, like I was talking about throughout the day, the fish rotate, you know, move around on these points. I come out here on Friday, scan around, make sure that these fish are still kind of located where I found them today. Obviously, they're not going to be in the same spots because the weather's going to be vastly different on Friday and Saturday than it is today. But just kind of make sure that I still have a general location. That way, on the tournament day, I can, you know, make a quick pass through a couple places, and I'll find those fish relatively quickly, and then I will start catching them. So overall, it seemed like the hair jig, I caught them on everything: hair jig, flutter spoon, shaky head, I did caught some on top water, caught some on wobble head. Got fish schooling right there. Lost all the ones on the old burrito, the Buca burrito. I lost all the fish on that thing right there. Every single one that I hooked. Maybe it's me, I don't know. First time actually hooking fish with it, so obviously learning curve with that. But I'm gonna keep throwing that thing, because I know I'm gonna catch some giant fish on it. Giant swim bait, it's fun. Of course I'm gonna catch giant fish on it. So I gotta figure out why I'm losing fish on that, but I'll probably do that on Friday. If I throw that around a little bit, I won't do that on Saturday from how it's been going. So like I said, if y'all take anything from this, guys, just don't pigeonhole structure. Like, don't just check the prime tiny little piece of the structure out there. Make sure to scan around. Make sure to look for those schooling fish that are off to the side or stuff like that. Those fish are over there for a reason. Just kind of make sure that you're checking everything. Make sure you're, you know, paying attention to the weather conditions. Obviously, cold front. Today, those fish weren't sitting up on the points. They were in the little ditches and stuff next to the points. Come out here on Friday. If it's bright and sunny, 90 degrees, maybe they'll kind of be sitting up there sunning on the points. Who knows, but it'll be like that. So I'm gonna head, like I said, I'm gonna head in, and next time I'm out here will be tournament day. Native, what's the thing? Native Watercraft Big Bass Bash, presented by Queen City. It's a paragraph long tournament name. So I'm gonna be out here fishing that. By the time I throw this video up, I'm not gonna throw it up before. Give away all my secrets. Probably throw it up the day after the tournament. So I'll probably throw something on the page, have everybody follow along on the tournament day on Saturday, so they can watch all that. But I might go check one more spot. But guys, thank y'all for watching. As always, appreciate you guys, and I'll see y'all next time.